Till we stack high. Blood brothers, my blood brothers, my blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers, blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers, blood brothers. We supposed to be blood.
It hurts 'cause that's my blood brother, and I love him. And even though we thug together, I can't trust him. Forever, that's my brother, that's my day one. And even though he played me close, I still pray for him. We blood
Back on all that nonsense.
Valentine and OG Gary. I'm your co-host, Bria, and today we will dive into the minds of Fantasy's elite, breaking down the fantasy impact of the AFC East. First team we're going to start with is the Buffalo Bills. My first question to you is, can Josh Allen repeat as the overall QB1?
I'm gonna say a resounding ain't happening. I'm gonna go down the list of the past 5 QBs who was QB1. Cam Newton 2015, A-Rod 2016, Russell Wilson 2017, Mahomes 2018, Lamar 2019, Josh Allen 22. So you know it's a pattern there. There's never a double QB or repeating QB1. So you're going against history thinking he'll be QB1 again. I think he'll have a good season. He'll be he should be top 6, high rushing floor. You know, if he sustains his passing success, should be top 6, but not number 1. I don't see that happening again. I like Kyler Murray this year. I like Lamar Jackson this year. Russell Wilson in a pass heavy system. I like him. He could possibly be up there, but Josh Allen, he's not doing it. He's not repeating that success again.
Nah, not QB1 overall.
No.
But I mean, he will be a top QB.
Oh, for sure. He's a QB1. He's just not the QB1.
The QB1. That's the main thing you just mentioned.
Yes.
And that's the thing about it. I would say that over the past couple of years, though, he has improved. I mean, he went from 2,000, 3,000 to 4,500. That's got the rip. And then he has a high rushing floor, just like you said, with, A+ touchdowns every year he's been in the game.
Facts.
You know, so I will say he will be in that top 5 as far as that. He had another weapon with Emmanuel Sanders over there. I do like that as well. So and he's up for that contract extension. You know, people want to buy all that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not facts. That money talks. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Money, yes, sir.
But as far as QB1 overall, I don't see that history doesn't. You know, history says, like you said, you don't never see a double QB1 like that. He'll be a top QB, but not the QB1 overall.
Yeah, it'll be somebody else this year. So you look at QB1, look elsewhere. Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is no.
Correct. Resounding.
Should zero RB faithful buy into Zach Moss and Devin Singletary?
I'm gonna pop it off, and I want to say H-E double hockey stick. No, it's not happening. No, sir. No, sir. I'm again now. Zero RBs when you go targeting high wide receivers with backs who can produce high production, who have an upside, right? So if Singletary and Zach Moss are both healthy, I can't justify them in a zero RB strategy. 10th round, sure, as a death pick, you know, sure, but I'm not targeting him in a zero RB strategy. I'm just going to stat real quick. Singletary last year was RB 35. RB 35. He played all 16 games last year. All 16. Gaskins played 11 games, finished higher than him. Just as a reference. Gaskins 20. Yeah, so a guy played all 16 games and finished less than guys who have played the whole half the season, missed games. So I'm Singletary. He had 3 weeks double digits. Week 3 versus the Rams. Week 4 versus the Raiders. Those 2 weeks, Zach Moss was injured. So he only had 1 week of double digits when Zach Moss was healthy. That was week 15 versus Denver. So out of 16 weeks, he had 1 week double digits. I started with a player when Zach Moss was healthy. I'm completely out on Singletary.
Completely.
I heard he was in the gym this year working out. That's good and all. Sometimes it's defensive. He worked out. Get your workout on. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm not drafting on my team. Now Zach Moss is injured right now.
Okay.
So, but if he's but you know, so Zach Moss was RB 45. He had 4 double-digit games last year. So he produced better with Singletary than Singletary did with him. So I like Zach Moss. I prefer him out of the 2, especially if he's healthy for the beginning of the season.
We'll see it. I mean, we'll see it. I mean, I'm not drafting Devin Singletary. He's off my board. And if I might take a shot at Zach Moss in 11, 12,
Right. Yeah, but he's no target of ours. We're not targeting him.
Nah.
We have other best out target, like a late RBI target, like Michael Carter with the Jets. So then we both like him as a late target. We can as a zero RB strategy. Connor, you know, is a good RBI I can target late, especially if you get that carry role. So I'm fading Zach Moss. I'm fading Singletary off my board completely. Zach Moss later round, but I'm not targeting either one. I will accept them, but I'm not targeting.
So another no.
Another no.
Okay.
Double no's today. We'll just strike it down today. It's now. One more strike.
Will Stephon Diggs turn in top 3 production in 2021?
You know, I believe he will. I think he's gonna have another encore season. I think it's gonna be an encore to what he just had. Stat I saw earlier is he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons 3 years in a row. You gotta look at it like this. So in this 2 years with Minnesota, his first year with Buffalo, he came with 1,500 yards plus. Popped it off for 1,500 yards. I mean, number one receiver. You know what I mean, as far as in that PPR stand in that league. So, no, he wasn't the number one. It was Devontae Adams. But Diggs was in that top 3 easy.
Easy, yeah. Him and
Tyreek, yeah. So I would say Stephon Diggs, I believe he is going to, I do think he's going to have another top 3 season. I can't target him because he's going a little too early. I mean, at that time, I like those running backs still. He's going in like, you know, maybe late first, early second. Yeah. I still like running backs third, but I mean, I do feel that he will be a top 3 receiver this year, especially with that next elevation of with the Bills, getting that chemistry. I mean, when you got a guy that had 3 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and then you encore with his 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns. I mean, you know, and he had triple digits in the last 2 or 3 years.
Different.
Triple digit receptions. I mean, let me clarify that. So I do like Diggs to have an encore.
Okay.
I mean, you had Emmanuel Sanders takes a little bit of that pressure out. Done deal. I like Diggs.
I guess to supplement what he said, or to add to. Diggs was a second in consistency rating behind Tyreek Hill, so he was consistent more than anybody in the league besides Tyreek Hill. On comeback and hitch routes, Diggs was number 1 in those stats. He had 52 catches behind 33 yards, and he averaged 4.59 yards per route. So again, he provided a stable safety blanket on those comeback hitch routes, those safe throws. He was elite at those. He's a great route runner, so he can get that quick shifting into open space. 162 plus targets last year. Last year was 1 of 7 to reach double-digit targets in at least 9 games. So I like Diggs' floor. Like his ceiling.
Draft him early?
I'm not. No, again, same space with you. I don't target receivers early unless I think this year is so many receivers this year. I'm targeting RBs early.
That's right.
And targeting the receivers I like later. So I'm not targeting him, but again, if you get him. He shall produce top 3 production. Not saying he will be top 3. I like Mike Thomas is probably squeezing there. Possibly AJ Brown getting top 3. So no, I think he will provide that production of a top 3 receiver. Which means a good floor, good steady numbers. You know, barring injury. He been hurt He been hurt the prior years, and he's known for injury. You know, soft tissue injury. So if he stay healthy again, he should be fine. But again, I'm not targeting him. I'm targeting backs. I like give me Joe Mixon over him. Give me Najee. Give me Najee. Give me over him, and then I'll back though in the 4th, 5th round. Give me a Godwin receiver, or maybe a Thielen, like you said, or a Galladay. So my strategy is different, but as for production wise, he will produce for you. Yes. So Diggs, easy yes.
Thumbs up.
Easy yes. No, and C.
Okay, moving on to the next team, which is the Miami Dolphins. Are all the pieces together for Tua to break out in year 2?
Absolutely. For me, absolutely. They added. I mean, they got Waddle, Gesicki, Fuller, Parker. They have speed, and they have a great elite defense, young defense this year. Then they went out and drafted the Notre Dame tackle Liam Eichenberg. He was rated one of the best linemen in the draft. So help on that side on that block, so they get more time in the pocket. He's another year off his hip injury this year, so he was hurt. And he got hurt. He got drafted hurt. And then he came, got healthy, played mediocre last year. But I think another year after the hip injury, and with added weaponry around him, arsenal of weapons, I really like him to bounce back and have a breakout year 2 this year.
And I'm gonna have to contrast you just a little bit on
Right,
that. I'm
sure.
looking at, all right. So when you say a breakout season, what are we referring? What is a breakout season?
Okay, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna kind of categorize. So last year he was starting games and getting benched second, third quarter for Fitzpatrick.
Okay,
and I had that 2 or 3 times, right? So
is it like 3,800 yards, 4,000?
Oh, numbers. I think what's Arsenal there? He should throw for about 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, about 10 interceptions.
What?
All right, about 20 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. I see him have about a total of 30 touchdowns this year and 4,600 total yards.
Ooh, that's a big lead.
Yeah. Now again, Will Fuller last year was on pace to be in a wide receiver. I can do that later, but he has a weapon as and then he's a year healthier. And also, like I said, last year he was 6-3 when he started. 6-3, people wrote him off. He was sorry. Just Allen was 5-6 his rookie year. So he was 6-3. So he won games. He wasn't pretty, but he got the job done. So I think he knows this year that this is a people think he's a buzz, he's trash. He hear that talk. So I think I like to motivate him. And then, like I said, one more story I'm gonna say. In camp this year before, he threw 5 interceptions in practice. He threw 5 picks. He came back the next day, he threw 6 touchdowns while I hit the ground. So that sounds familiar, don't you? Mahomes in that same situation. So Tua has that potential to come in and have some great numbers. Mahomes is an elite quarterback. I'm not saying that, but I think he has that same type of mentality to where like he trying things out, see what works, what don't work, and he can be successful in the league. So I like Tua behind a great defense, good elite speed, weapons around him. I like him to produce a great year this year. He'll be a good high-end QB2.
High-end QB2. Okay, that's a good
Yeah.
point. I like the weapons around Tua. I think 4,400. That's a long.
Oh, for sure.
That's a big stretch.
Yeah.
Because he just came off 1,800. So 1,800, 11 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
11 touchdowns. 1,800 yards.
Well,
10 games. Small sample size.
Let's make a bet of case of dude.
I don't see 4,000. I can see 35. I can see maybe over 3,000.
So that's like I said, 4,000. What's the bet? He'll do 4,000 yards.
Hey, what we got here? You know what I'm saying? So we got 4,000 yards.
4,000 yards. You gotta buy the whole night of drinks for everybody.
Hey, it's running on me.
If you don't, then it's on me.
All right, bet.
It's on me.
I bet. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
4,000.
All right, we're on camera now. All right, 4,000 plus. Barring injury.
One round or the whole bottle?
No, he the whole night.
The whole night. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? It's only 4,000 yards. It's a big jump.
Don't forget that y'all did this. Don't forget that y'all.
No, it's okay. This is documented. It's a live document.
Now, I will say I like the TD. I like to do like TD upside. 11 touchdowns to go to get to their high 20s, low 30s. I can see that. But as far as 4,000 yards, it might be a little stress. But I do like that second year leap for sure. Yeah. But I think maybe that third year he'll probably hit him. But you know what I'm saying? I do like Tua coming in. But as far as the big breakout.
You got you. And I understand for sure. Okay, and I understand for sure.
I can't ride the big breakout. Just
injury.
One injury though. Okay. All right, it's booked.
All right, you like it?
Okay, so moving on. Before this goes anywhere else, are we positive Miles Gaston won't ball out in 2021? Will not.
I mean, I'm 50-50 on it. If he remains a starting back, he will produce. Like last year, he had 8 of 11 games, double-digit points. In the playoff time, week 16, 17, he had 31 and 16. So, I mean, when he plays, when he's the guy, he produces. There's no question about it. So, in college, he was a 1,000-yard back 4 years straight. So, I mean, he's a good back. So, if those don't sound nobody else, like I said, like a Bell or Gurley anywhere, as long as he's the guy, he will produce solid RB2 numbers. But again, it's just, he was RB again last year. He was RB 27. He missed 7 games. Missed 6 games. So
that's the only thing. As long as he can stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
He'll produce.
He produced.
The defense that they had.
The defense, a better line. I mean, last year he had a great. He had a good. He had no bad games. He only had 8. He had it was a 9, an 8, and like a 7.8 0.5 PPR game. So he never hurt you, but he just he's a stable floor.
And you get him as a steal right
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
I think going like the fifth round.
Sixth round.
Sixth round, yeah. So I mean, if you doing that same zero RB
RB
strategy,
he's a good back to have your RB1 if you believe in that. If you believe in him,
and staying healthy and being that running back one, then he will succeed in
for
that
sure.
role.
So like again, especially to training camp news. If he's the guy, also if you gonna get him, I'll go ahead and get Savon Ahmed just and have him at his cuff because if don't sign anybody else. If he get hurt, Ahmed came in last year, and did the same thing.
Whoever they running back store, they do
for sure.
well.
Yeah, you start running back with the Dolphin system. They got good line, good defense. I think you'll be good. So just
so y'all are agreeing on him.
We agree on Myles Gaskin in that round. You know, I'm not talking about grab this guy in the third round. You know what I'm saying?
I think he'll produce he's a stable guy. He's not flashy, but he's a producer. He's a producer.
Production. Yeah, we look for that. I'll too the production. Absolutely. So okay, we get that.
Okay, so could Will Fuller and Jalen Waddle elevate the Dolphins' passing game to new heights?
I'm glad we talked about this because we talking about my guy Tua. My answer is yes, yes sir. Yes. Waddle, man. In 2018 we played Alabama together. Tua threw 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns. Waddle had 848 and 7. So that familiarity is there. So having a familiar face around him also always help with QBs like with Burrow and Chase. I think that's always help. Devontae Smith and Hurts. So I think just having that familiar face in the room always help. Another year with Parker, Gesicki, and then you add a speedster, Will Fuller, who was going to be a top 5 wide receiver last year before he got suspended for his steroids.
Oh, okay. See, bingo. There we go. So now we back at it. Why is he taking steroids? Because of him, right?
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. No.
Issues are major with Will Fuller.
Now, again, they got D-Rock Syndrome. They got Fuller, Devontae Parker, Waddle. They got Preston Williams.
Gesicki. That's going to be their main.
And Gesicki's also a pass receiver back. So he gets those easy dump off yards as well. So, if Will Fuller stay healthy, he spent the first game of the season because of that. But then if he stay healthy, I mean, so it's all about health. Health is always a key factor in production. So
if they do stay healthy, I do like it. Now, as far as Waddle, I would say I like the connection because they did play together in college. Now, my only disagreement with that would be you got to look at like rookie receivers. They don't just come out just balling off rip. He's a deep threat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at, more turnovers in that red zone area. He might not be on field. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at how many plays you're going to be able to even, how many snaps.
Well, see, the thing is, in this situation, he's not banking on Waddle. Waddle is a luxury.
Okay.
Because we got Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and Gesicki, a good tight end. Waddle just points a luxury now. Now, that chemistry is just a luxury pick. It's not I have to have him. Like, Hurts got to have really Devontae Smith.
You got to.
Because at the him is him, Rigger, and then go to the solid. Go to kind of like the second in the sense of solid tight ends who's reliable. But I think Waddle is more of a luxury pick versus like he's like a cornerstone. I think for the future he is, but right as of now he's a luxury pick who could possibly
into that round,
enter another round at later end of the season. But again, we'll see.
But with them adding that speed to it, I do feel like that will help. It will help him immensely as far as the QB.
Oh, for sure. Because last year they had about it. It was Devontae Parker and Chris Williams was hurt mid-year. Gesicki was solid, but he didn't really have those. Now you add 2 legit speedsters. Open the field up. I mean, it's a great for a QB. So. My thing is, I say it could elevate. Yes, it will elevate.
Okay, so yes.
Yes, I feel like yes.
Yeah, it helps the passing game for sure, but like I said,
if it's healthy.
Stay healthy. There you go.
Health is key.
That's right.
Health as well.
Okay, moving on to the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Just what exactly is going on under center in New England?
We don't. I mean, the thing is, it's Mac Jones, Cam Newton, right?
Yeah.
I personally, I think Cam Newton will start, barring injury. But I think at least will be short, So I think if they start off, and they start tanking off early in the season, start losing a lot, he will get yanked. They put Mac Jones in to see the Mac Jones experiment. But I think this could be like a Brady Drew Brees situation where Drew Brees was starting, he had to get hurt, and then Brady came. So I think it'd be like a situation where I think Cam, if healthy, will be the starter.
Yeah,
and I think if he's healthy for a season, he can do good.
But like I said, it's a short leash.
Short leash.
I mean, if you don't produce now,
Yeah, it's gonna see what Super Jones got. He's a prolific senior year last year at Alabama with those weapons. So with Waddle and Devontae Smith. So I think if he don't do good early on, they'll yank him and try to see what
I think honestly, they actually looking for that. You know, they drafted this guy first round. You know, he got a connection with the coach already with Belichick. You know, they got the relationship. That whole relationship. So I think that if Cam Newton does it, he has to produce. I mean, he ain't got no choice. He got to produce now. You know what I mean?
Like
So
immediately.
he had no choice. You know what I mean? So you know what league is? What have you done for me lately?
For sure. And because last year, man, he post on kept posting on the videos on Instagram. You know, darkness and stuff, and then he was trash. You know, like bro, like he thought he could do 2,000 yards passing last year, 2,000 yards passing. He can run the ball, but bro, you're a quarterback. You gotta be able to throw the pills. So.
But he don't have nobody to throw it to. That's another.
Well, this year they added John Smith and Hunter Henry. So they added Aguilar. I'm not a fan of, but people like him. People high on him because he had a good year with it. I mean, you know, but I'm not an Aguilar guy, but he had a good year with the Raiders. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah. So he has at least he had 2 tight ends, you know. So we'll see what happened this year. So
sure,
I'll get to the point later. But she was short leash. I'm avoiding both in leagues. If you in a super flex and you want to take Cam Newton in the 16th round, be my guest, but I'm not targeting Cam or Mac Jones this year.
Yeah, avoiding that whole QB situation.
I mean, too many QBs who got solidified starting roles for me to be taking a dart on.
So they have a headache on who I'm finna pick over.
So we don't know. We'll see what happens. Pray for the best.
Okay, so who are the premier handcuff RBs to draft for New England?
Damian Harris.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. I mean, I got Damian Harris as the one you want to look for. I mean, he is capped by his upside as far as passing where it goes. But I mean, if you look at it, this guy averaged almost 14 carries, and you're looking at, I mean, he played half the snap. I mean, less than half the snaps. He played 40% of the snaps. Still got 14 carries. So when he's in the game, they feed him the ball.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You got to look at that as well. And then with them adding these 2 tight end sets that they're going with, I think they're gonna focus more so on their run of the ball, play defense, just play ball control over the Patriots. You know what I mean?
I think definitely.
So I do feel like Damian Harris is the cup that you will want over there. I mean, I think he would be slated as the RB1 to come in. If I was to grab him, I mean, he could also be a part of that 0 RB strategy.
Yeah, he could be.
You can get him in
sure.
the 8th round or whatever like that. So you can grab him, and I think that he will produce. He's one of those Alabama caliber running backs. Mm-hmm. You know, they come in pretty heavy. You know, producing a solid back. So. I have Damian Harris as my guy that you want to cuff as far as that Patriots backfield goes.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna take that backfield. Damian Harris. They got Ramondre Stevenson, who coach raving about his pieces. How he's a big physical guy. He's like he's a LeGarrette Blount. I mean, that short yard situation. So I mean, then you got Sonny Michel. They declined his option for his 5th-year option. So this is last year to prove it. He did solid last year. He averaged like 5 yards of carries, but he can't stay healthy. So I mean, he's supposed to be sap. Then James White's clearly got the passing. 3rd down back, he sold up James White. Mm-hmm. So the upside of those backs is limited. So I'm not. So I mean, Damian Harris is obviously the guy. Outside of James White being the passing down back. From there, the Patriots they like to.
They do a platoon system.
Like the Eagles was doing last year, past couple of years. So.
But I did see they also were raving about Damian Harris too. So
they was. Damian Harris, I mean, I'm not targeting him, but I have no issue with, I mean, as right now, he is the main guy in that backfield as of now. Mm-hmm. So he's the guy. Everybody's just death picks, could be situational backs, you never know. But Damian Harris is the guy right now. I mean, but I'm not targeting that backfield. I'm looking elsewhere for backs.
Mm-hmm.
You will be elsewhere.
Definitely.
So, what does the history of 2 tight end offenses tell us about Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith?
Well, the Rams tried it last year with Gerald Everett and Higbee. You had one gonna go do good, one gonna do bad. Mm-hmm. One gonna do bad, none gonna do bad. It can be bad, but it's never good. The only person who was able to supply 2 good QB tight ends was Tom Brady. Right? He's the guy that made it popular. 2 tight ends with Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, RP. I think he's a guy who made if people think that everybody is not Tom Brady. You feel me? Everybody can't replicate the success. So I mean, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, I'm not I'm not targeting
Neither
neither.
one of those guys.
I'll take other guys who got the solo roles and stuff, because especially with Cam Newton, Mac Jones. I mean, Cam Newton loves tight ends. He loves Greg Olsen, right? But again, you don't know if you're gonna like Hunter Henry, you don't know Jono Smith. You don't know. So if you're in a 14-man league, you got tight end 13th pick, you need a tight end. There, I guess.
Right. They both don't wow. Man.
Yeah,
they never had a wow season. Like, you know what I mean? Like who?
I prefer. I don't know, because like Hunter Henry is okay. But he was always hurt with the Chargers. Joe Smith is a physical beast, so I think he has that ability to take on sweeps and jet sweeps and stuff like that.
But what have they done production wise?
I mean, nothing to where it's gonna be. Wow, I gotta have this guy.
I gotta have.
Hunter Henry was a good tight end. He was solid, but
he still never just stood that as that top 5 tight end or even the top 8. I mean, what if he was in there?
He was like 1 year was for the first, but I was hurt.
Uh-huh.
I'm just again, man. Tight end, again, your league. Hopefully your league has transcended and use it more into like a roster tight end option versus his tight end. Because 12-man must have tight end options to get thin. You got to get a Jonnu Smith at that point, or you got to reach for a Wofford with the Steelers. So you just never know. Cole Kmet, Jimmy Graham. There's some people you don't want to play. You don't want to play these guys. You got to play because these are so hopefully your leagues are transcending and not staying in stealth mode. Hopefully they're trying to progress and then in tight end position.
Yeah.
So.
Good. You're not messing with none.
Hard no.
We're hard fade. We're fading John doing Hunter.
Yeah.
And yeah. Good real life fantasy wise.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the New York Jets.
One of the worst teams in the league.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. New York, man, just something about y'all.
So, should we buy Zach Wilson as a late round QB option?
No, sir. No, sir. I mean, if you play in super flex leagues, where you can play QB in either spot, he's a good, 14th round. If you play in 2 QB leagues, you need a third, fourth QB on the bench. He's an okay option. Or dynasty leagues, but I'm not targeting him in 10, 12 man, 1 QB leagues. He won't be on roster. You should roster him. There's too many other QBs who, again, dynasty, sure, 2 QB, depth, sure, super flex, sure, but I'm not.
Yeah, all those leagues, yes. Otherwise, he's a waiver wire pickup.
Yeah. If you start going off, throwing 3 touchdowns to Corey Davis, then okay, that's a good one. But
Otherwise, yeah, he's a free agent.
He's a scoop. He's a scoop. Waiver wire pickup, man. A scoop, man. Now you want to, You start taking Wilson week 1.
And that's training camp.
It's just so many other QBs.
It's too many.
I mean, you want to stash him because you believe his arm talent, sure, but it's too many QBs. It's legit 14, 15 QBs who all want over him. Legit.
Yeah.
Rankings coming out soon. Stay tuned for the rankings. You'll see the rankings. It's coming out soon for y'all. But yeah, so I'm, yeah.
Okay, so then are any of the Jets players worth targeting in drafts?
You know what?
Yeah.
I got a couple of them in mind. Yeah. I got Michael Carter.
For sure, I agree.
Michael Carter, one of them. I mean, they're all gonna be these rookies. I say him, Elijah Moore,
Facts.
a couple of those guys. They all rookies. This is gonna be just a whole. Seem like just a young team, just gonna have to just prove.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're gonna start fresh, and then we're gonna see who emerges. You know what I mean? You gotta look who's gonna emerge out of everybody. So I like Michael Carter. You can get him a little later on in the rounds. So that's one of the ones you want to look out for sure is him. But other than that, and Elijah Moore. But other than that, I don't see anybody really on that team that just stands out. Maybe Corey Davis. I mean, they signed him. They did pay the man. You know what I'm saying? Brought the money in. Money. What you just say, man? You got to follow the money.
Follow the bread, man.
Sometimes it's quarterback. So we got to see how many opportunities he gets. But other than that, I mean, you're looking at those guys. I mean, Mike Carter, Elijah Moore, and possibly Corey Davis.
For sure. Now Michael Carter, his player current is a Devontae Freeman compared to the Freeman style. He's a great college back here. He averaged 8 yards per carry. He had 156, 1245, 9 touchdowns. With pairing him with Javonte Williams in college. So he was great in college. Should be a productive back. And then another person he said, Elijah Moore, Ole Miss product, real cool with AJ Brown. They was working out together in New York this past week. So
I surprised some people.
So I mean, his college stats. I mean, his college he had 86 catches, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns his senior year. I mean, his junior year. AJ Brown had 85, 1,300, 6 touchdowns. So, I mean,
Look comparable.
Yeah, look comparable. I mean,
Same bills,
same bills is different height. He 5'9", AJ Brown like 6'1". So, but the same. But they both, I think they one more slot oriented. AJ Brown do it all. But again, they both like AJ real cool. AJ Brown was crying for. I think my thing is this. Hang around 3 scrubs, you will be a scrub. Hang around 3 successful wide receivers, you'll be a successful.
There you go.
So he hanging around one of the best receivers, the young receivers in the league. I think he can be successful based off of who he hanging around. Mm-hmm. So I really like his ability to produce. And Corey Davis this year, he should be. I'm not targeting him, but he should be a solid 14th round pick. He had 984 yards last year. Tanner Hill run for his offense, so he should be okay.
And you are getting these guys late.
Yeah. All these guys get late.
Price for him.
Yeah. He's a kind of Corey Davis is free. That's was going free, especially in redraft leagues. Dynasty, he's more so up there, but redraft leagues, he's going late. Mike Carter's going 8th, 9th round. So no,
and it's still an NFL team. They gotta get somebody involved.
Somebody
gonna get involved. Somebody.
So NBA tight end because he's been trash the past 5 years. So one of the guys will be good. Hopefully you can. Russian roulette, pick your one.
Yep, Russian roulette. And roulette with it,
But good luck, baby. But yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Stats, pick up a stash. So yeah.
That's funny. It's a good look.
I wish you the best.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, my next question for you is, who got the juice?
Who got the juice this year?
So, who do you have winning this division and why?
That's clear cut. I ain't gotta say too much.
Jets, man.
Oh, you see?
Nah, clear cut, man. I think.
It's Buffalo Bills to me.
See,
go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Dolphins have a chance to steal this division.
To steal it. So you talking about they so Miami, then Buffalo.
I think they have a chance. Now, I'm not saying I think it's like a 35, 65 chance, but I think they have a better defense to me than the Bills.
Do you want to book it?
Oh, no. This my friend is just spring rain. They have a chance, a puncher's chance to win now. The favorites could be the Bills. I think the Bills will be favorite. I think the Dolphins have a chance to sneak up there. At least be a 10-win team this year. But Bills are clearly the best team, the best quarterback play, best receiver in the division, best coach, probably best coach in the division. So I like them now.
Miami can't sneak in there. They dangerously sneaky.
And the best defense. If Tua take that leap out we talked about, they could finish their way. Tua is a Tua of last year. They had no chance. So it's QB play is key. Patriots, I don't see it. Too much commotion going on in QB situation. You gotta have to step with QB. I don't know. I mean, they should be. I mean, they have great defense, but they're not gonna win the division. Bills off, and then Jets would be clear.
Could be last year,
and dead last, yeah. Right, maybe that's the league total. So we both got Bills winning, but I like the Dolphins as a puncher chance. I might throw a bet in there, file a bet, see what happens.
But they might knock that punch and get in there.
Yeah, see what happens. But nah. The Bills are favorites though for sure. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for the information.
A pleasure. Thank you.
So please subscribe and like our video. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. The links are below, and feel free to email us anytime with questions and or concerns.
Facts.
Closing out, the quote of the day is, "It's not my fault that people don't know me. I'm going to speak my mind, no matter what the consequences are." Randy Moss.
Elite.
Yeah, man. Like it, smash the thumbs up for us. That way, get this video out to the mass. And sure. Elite.
They tune in, Elite.
Tune in.
Yes, sir. All right, 100.
Blood brothers, blood brothers, blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers, blood brothers. We supposed to be blood brothers, blood brothers.